Hey everyone, Sean with Gleason Landscaping. Out here this morning working at Camp Aldrich, southwest of Claflin, Kansas. Planting some replacement plants for some plants that didn't survive, and looking at the drip irrigation to see if it was properly installed, set up correctly to begin with, to see if that's maybe the issue why they didn't lose so many plants to begin with. So I thought this would maybe be a good time to just visit with you real briefly about drip irrigation. A lot of people, a lot of customers will ask me questions, why isn't this shrub, why isn't this plant growing? It just doesn't seem to do anything. And I bet 75 to 80% of the time it has to do with either the amount of water it's getting or the frequency that it's getting watered. And so automated drip irrigation systems are a way to remedy that. And it can all be set up on a timer, whether that's through your sprinkler time clock. We can plumb one in so that it just comes on a regular schedule, just like your underground sprinklers. If you don't have an underground sprinkler system, we can also just use a battery operated timer such as this model. These run about $35 at Orscheln's or Ace Hardware or Home Depot. You can find them about anywhere. But they just hook up to a faucet or an outdoor hydrant, and you can hook your drip irrigation system up to that. The drip irrigation system is basically just a 1/2-inch poly hose. I use Rainbird brand, just a really good quality product. And you just run that throughout your planting bed, whether it's underneath the decorative rock or if you have mulch, so it's all hidden, you don't see it at all. But anyways, you just put they've got different connections, elbows, T's. You get a hose connection that goes on the end here, and that'll just screw on to your battery operated timer, which screws onto your faucet, and it just weaves its way throughout your perennial bed. Now at each plant they make what are called emitters, which regulate the amount of water that is distributed in a slow drip to each plant. They come in different flow rates, in gallons per hour, which makes sense because you've got small plants, you've got large plants, you've got trees. They all have different water requirements. So they're all color coordinated. Rainbird does a really good job of this, which helps you identify how much water just by glancing each plant is getting. Starting with the blue here, this is 1/2 gallon per hour, and how these work is they have a sharp barbed end here, and that just pokes right here into the tubing. And then the other end, we have a little piece of distribution tubing that fits onto the end of it. And then you just run this to the base of your plant so that you know the water is getting directly to your plant. There's no extra runoff. If you install it correctly, I usually use some 6-inch long landscaping staples, sod staples, some people call them anchor pins, and you just pin this down right out here at the tip so you know it's not going to be moving around underneath the rock and the mulch when you're moving that stuff around. It's going to stay right there at the base of the plant. But anyway, so this blue emitter, after this 1/2-inch line pressures up completely, this blue emitter will release 1/2 gallon of water per hour to that specific plant. They also come in black, which is 1 gallon per hour, red, which is 2 gallons per hour, and brown, which is 5 gallons per hour. So just knowing the requirements of your plants and getting the proper amount of water to them is really going to help your plants thrive, especially in these hot summer months. Some people don't have time to just walk around and hand water all of their plants, so this drip irrigation can really go a long ways toward making sure that your plants survive these hot summer days. If you'd like to talk to me a little bit more about maybe putting some drip irrigation on your perennials and plants and trees, go ahead and give me a call. Be sure to leave some questions down in the comments if you have any, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for listening.